Hello and welcome, I'm Marco. Let's play some more Hearts of Iron. We are playing as Czechoslovakia. So in this episode we are going to finally attack the Soviet Union. I made a few mistakes here, so I need to let the clock run for a while till I correct them. And then I'm gonna create the order of battle, finally. Have more heavy armor available. Deploy it there. I said that I was going to organize the army off camera, but since I'm gonna do something that I never did in my Let's Plays before, I'm going to show you how to do it. It shouldn't take much time, but just in case, you can always skip this if you don't like army reorganization. My goal here is to reorganize the army in a way that the AI will always keep the headquarters in range. So that's big plus to save on supplies and also for the divisions to fight more effectively. So for starters, let's create several theater headquarters this way. Let's rename this theater headquarters to A. Detach the first army group, create a B theater headquarters. Again, detach the army group. Simpler this way, faster. C theater headquarters. Let's create another one. And the last one. Don't think we need more. Okay. So let's disband the unneeded headquarters. These ones. So when I stopped recording, I detached all the divisions from the army theater headquarters and attached all the heavy. I think I have attached all the heavy armor to headquarters, the heavy armor headquarters, and also the marines. They are not really marines, but I'm gonna use these divisions here to do amphibious operations, so I call them marines. And I also attached the fleet and airplanes to this theater headquarters. You'll soon realize why. So I need all these theater headquarters because I need to create each of one of these theater headquarters is going to be responsible for up to 250 kilometers of the front. So I'm gonna assign the A headquarters. The A headquarters is gonna be responsible for this area. You wanna know how to calculate the distance? You click one province, and when you put the cursor over a province, it will give you the distance. So theater headquarters A is responsible for that area. Theater headquarters B is going to be responsible for another 250 kilometers at the most. Let's give it 216. Let's see. I think this is it. It's better to be on the theater map mode. Okay, so C is now going to be responsible for this area, 236 kilometers. 236. Now the let me check first. 216. Yeah, looks good. So D is going to be responsible for, I think it's this, 216. Finally, theater headquarters E is going to be responsible for this area. I've assigned all the ships, the navy and the airplanes to a theater headquarters because of what I'm going to do next. Now, all the divisions inside the, let's call them borders of those theater headquarters, are going to be automatically attached to them just by pressing this button, just to make sure that I don't have heavy armor attached to any of these theater headquarters. Let's have a look, because I also make mistakes, and apparently I have a few. So let's detach them, and I'm gonna attach them later. So these guys, this theater headquarters has almost 500,000 men under its control. Same thing with these guys. Okay, this belongs to the partisan headquarters. Let's detach the heavy armor. I thought I had attached it all, but maybe I detached the heavy armor without realizing. So C has these guys under its control. D and E also has a bunch of heavy armor. Yeah, I probably detached it without realizing. I'll take care of that later. So now we only have to automate the theater headquarters, give it an objective or two, put it in blitzing stance, B, let's give it Moscow as an objective. As you can see, it already acknowledges its area. Automate C theater, give it an objective or two. Probably there's no infrastructure there. Okay, looks good. Blitzing. Automate it. Blitzing. Give it an objective. Kursk seems fine. And finally, this one, blitzing. Allow them to reorganize. I'm putting in blitzing because that's the stance that I like the most. It's not very important for what I'm going to do next. So now they are going to reorganize. Let's select one theater headquarters, and let's hopefully the headquarters are not bugged, so they will all be inside the theater headquarters areas. It seems likely. This is also very interesting because this will keep the strategic redeployment to a minimum. But first things first, let's watch the headquarters creating an order of battle. First, okay, let's speed this up, too slow. We have the armies and corps. We have army still and army groups. Okay, now Everything is created. Let's not allow more reorganization. We have more transports. Now we need to give names. I think it's a good idea. The AI creates more headquarters than we actually need, so we might as well disband some of these army groups, I guess. If you want to micromanage these, you can disband them. I'm not gonna bother. So now what's more important is to give each one of these army groups a leader. That one already has one. Let's give this guy. Let's give them this guy. Very good. This area is an area where the supplies are harder to get, so let's use our best guy. It's far from the ports, so that's why. Army Group D. With the best leader for the army group. Each level of skill gives saves 5% in supplies if everything is in range. Also going to give one of the best leaders to the theater headquarters to reduce the sacking penalty. And we don't have leaders for much more. For the armies maybe, and for the spearheads, but when it's time to attack the Soviets, I'm gonna do those final adjustments. For now I'm gonna save the game just in case this bugs, this crashes, and I don't want to redo this again. Okay, attach this to the heavy armor headquarters. Gonna control at least 18 divisions of heavy armor. The rest I'm gonna give to the AI. What the hell? Am I sleeping? Okay. Okay, problem solved. Now I have the Great Air Force. Great indeed. Most upgrades are almost done. Last heavy armor is also almost ready too. You might want to give names to the at least to the army group. For example, this belongs to Theater Headquarters A. Rename it to A Army Group. Just to be on the safe side, but you are not gonna mess up. I like to name not only the army groups, but also the armies. As you can see, almost everything is assigned to officers. Heavy armor is now ahead of time, so the Soviet heavy armor won't be able to pierce our heavy armor. So that's great. Check it. Well, we actually have one division at least out of range. Not a big deal, but almost everything should be, or everything should be, in range. And as they advance, everything will continue in range. I hope you have enjoyed this. This was a different episode than I anticipated, than I planned, but I think this might be useful for some of you guys. So in the next episode we'll finally go and beat up the Soviets. Thank you for watching. Take care.